Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with this month's Patreon booster box opening for all my patrons. One of the things that we do over here at the Patreon is I crack a pack per month for all of my patrons at the $4 or above tier. And this month, we had an interesting discussion going on in the Discord channel. Another thing I offer my patrons, place to come hang out and talk Magic the Gathering, is there God packs still out there in Journey Into Nyx? My opinion is there's not. My guess is there's not. I think they're just a first wave thing, but other people have hinted that there might be some still in existence, or you could still get a box that happened to come from first wave. So the box of EV value of Journey Into Nyx has skyrocketed in the past. Well, I guess skyrocketing is the wrong term, but it's definitely gone up to where it's almost worth it to crack these boxes for EV. Now, a little bit story short about boxes. Boxes are usually never worth it to open for their EV, but I'm thinking Journey Into Nyx has now surpassed Dominaria for actual value you will find in the box. So that's some food for thought with Journey Into Nyx. Again, we're looking for God packs here, and God packs are bust. So the gods have gone up quite a bit in value. A lot of the EDH cards have gone up substantially, and it's making even sets like Journey Into Nyx that had a quite high supply actually have some chase cards in them again. So thanks EDH for keeping a stability for long-term Magic the Gathering, because not a lot of modern cards besides Eidolon that are good in Journey Into Nyx. So there's a couple Eidolons in here, but nothing else. So anyway, let's get to cracking. If you're interested in having a pack cracked for you, you can definitely go check out my Patreon /subscribestar/ there's other ways that we can get you on the club. We also offer distributor pricing on anyone that's above the $10 or above tier. You'll get a number of products per month that you can purchase at distributor value. I've yet to see a Patreon not get their money's worth if they want that option. So check it out. I'll have links in the description below. All right, so the first pack is going to go to a Michael. Let's go for the gods. So actually I have to keep them on camera, otherwise people will freak. I'm switching packs up. All right, I'm going to skip over through we'll talk about a couple of the cards in this set, then we'll skip through. So Magma Spray, Eagle to Watch, Font of Fertility, Frika's Chosen, Font of Fortunes. There's a lot of fonts in this set. The Font of the Return is the good one that actually sees Pauper play. The Desecration Plague, Starfall, Cast into Darkness, Supply Line Cranes, Reprisal, Solidarity of Heroes, which was a good commander card, and the Cyclops of the Eternal Fury. This is all creatures that have haste, so it's like a mini, what's the one that's out of Iconic Masters, the god out of Phyrexia, basically, the Praetor. This one's a mini version of it. Pretty good commander card for decks like Animar to give things haste. And the Temple of Epiphany, one of the better temples. This one is the blue-red one. It does see play, I don't know if Ad Nauseam uses it or not. And a foil area formation. That is dark. I don't know if the camera's picking up. This is a dark foiling on this card. So this one's going to Michael. This is how it works. From now on, I'm just going to fan out to the uncommons and rares and foils. Those are the cards we send to the patron. And yeah, we put them in a little bag, ship them off, and things are good to go. So Zach's not on today because his voice isn't working apparently. So I'll be cracking these solo. Let's get on to the next one. This goes to Seth. So Journey was kind of a fun set to draft. I enjoyed it. I really think, I'm with a lot of people. I think Journey should have happened earlier on with the Constellation mechanic in Theros. It was a little late to bring this to the block, but I miss blocks. I actually prefer this old school way of drafting, old school way of creating decks in a standard season where you get the first big set, then a supplemental set, then a supplemental set, then a new plane you go to. I enjoyed that way of playing Magic rather than going to Dominaria, going to the next one, going to the next one. So, but they've stayed on this one now for 3 sets, which is weird, but they're all big sets. I kind of like these large, small, but again, I'm an old school player. All right, let's go on to the uncommons. We have Reprisal, Tormented Thoughts, Thassa's Ire, the Bearer of Heavens, pretty bulky. It's a 10/10, and when it dies, destroy all permanents at the beginning of next end step. And nothing of value. This was there was a token in every pack. It's have a bunch of these, what they call tip cards. These were absolute garbage. All right, Seth. We'll get on to Shakay next. And so far, nothing of value. And we have the fan through these 4 get on camera here. We have the Nightmarish End, Deserter's Quarters, the Fellhide Petrifier, Death Touch. All Minotaurs gain Death Touch. This card always has a slight little spike when they print more more Minotaurs every set. And the Scourge of the Fleets. One of the mechanics of the set was the plane was starting to get away from devotion of the gods and more just devotion towards the lands. And I believe is this, yeah, so this one was devotion to islands. They all had a card of the type. And the wrong type of island. My favorite island is contained in this set. Hopefully we can actually pick one up. All right, this goes to Shakay. On to the next pack. This one's for Shiro. Laguna Banchelba is just a good Pauper card. I play it in Pauper Heroes. There's a Final Return too, another great Pauper card. There's been a Magma Spray every pack. Jeez. Alright, so first uncommon is the Squelching Leeches. This had a promo. They thought this one would be playable. It's the Star for every swamp you control. Unfortunately, this card did not see much play, or any play at all, as far as I know. The Wildfire Cerberus with the Monstrous ability, pretty good one. The Forgeborn Oreads, one of my favorite mechanics in the block, the Constellation. Whenever this or another enchantment enters the battlefield, those 1 damage target creature or player. There are some loops you can do with this card. It's one of these cards that I'm just waiting for a breakout place to put it in like a commander deck to make some loops happen, but there are infinite loops that can happen with the Forgeborn Oreads. And the Revel of the Fallen Gods. You put 4/2/2 tokens. Kind of a high mana cost for that ability, though. So again, so far, pretty bad. It is bust. It is God or bust in this set. Foil Gods are worth a lot, though. That's really... there's some good foil cards from Journey Into Nyx. All right, so this one's for Alan is the next one. So we have the Johnny's Presence, another card that I like to use in various decks. And go over to the uncommons is the Basara Tower Archer, Hexproof Reach. The Agent of Erebos. I wonder if this card would actually see play in Standard right now with all the mono blue menace. If there's some way to give this, I don't know, pump it up somehow to stop all their stuff from connecting. The Agent of Erebos. The Solidarity of Heroes. I believe this is actually a notable card. I believe it has a little bit of value to it as the double the counters on a creature. And the Twin Flame. So what do these do? You put a token, a copy of a token, and then you can strive it and then exile. That's a pretty cool card, though. Not a bad ability for the Twin Flame. All right. That one was Alan. On to the next pack. This is Jason. On to Jason. Not to be confused with Freddy. All right, so come on, camera. You can focus. Camera does not want to focus here at all. What did I put it on? All right, we'll go through this. Hopefully we'll get it. Grim Guardian, another card that I want to see play in Pauper. There's always some cards that I think this will see play. Come on, camera. There we go. There's the focus on the camera. Whenever this or another enchantment is battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. Again, I'm just begging for a place for this to be broken in something like Pauper or EDH. Let's go on to the uncommons. We have the Armory of Iros, the Whitewater Naiads, however you say that, the Pull from the Deep, and a Polymorphous Rush. Still no islands. Still no islands of the right type. My favorite land in the game. All right, so on to the next one. This will be going to Joe, if I can put this in the package. All right, Joe. Go on to the Fleetfield Cockatrice, the Relic of Abandon, the Swarmborn Giant, the Hypnotic Siren, and a foil Harnessed by Force. So there's our foil rare, not a good one here. I think this is bulk. The Strive was just too expensive on this particular card. A 3-mana Act of Treason, and then you can basically cast 2 of them. This card could be a blowout in Limited, though, to take control of 2 of the biggest creatures and then attack in for 6 mana. We get the wrong island as well. And so, yeah, blowout in Limited, not really that relevant and constructed. I don't know. It actually is one of the better Act of Treason type cards, because if you do get up to 6 mana and you are like a red deck, oftentimes if it's like a mid-range deck, you take both of them. They're gonna have a blocker at that point. Like, keep in mind what it might be able to do in this day and age, like taking a big Lyra and I guess you can't take Lyra and Chalet in the same one, but something like Hydroid Krasis and a big you know, a Carnage. You can't take Carnage either, man. I'm taking bad examples here. But, I mean, 2 big blockers and then attacking them with them, getting through with the rest of your cards. Seems pretty decent. Alrighty. On to Alex. We have an Alex and 2 Alex, so I'm not going to hopefully confuse these ones. No God Pack still. We have the Nightmarish End, another Basara Tower Archer, a Blinding Flare, and the Dawnbreaker Charioteers. This card was just an absolute bomb in Limited. Unfortunately, not good enough for Constructed. Heroic was something you wanted to be a low mana cost so you can start pumping it up early, but a 2/4 lifelinking for 4 mana feels like, I don't know, I'd rather have it be a 1/3 for 3 to get this ability, or it seems to need to have a little bit better of a heroic mechanic, but absolute blowout in Limited. Fun set. This is bringing back good memories. This was kind of the height of where I was competitive. Used to go to a lot of Grand Prix during this time period. One of these days, maybe I'll get back to it, but just kind of burnt out at Magic, at least the competitive level. Just play for fun now. You'll get to see some more brews with me. I have resolved to bring back a brewing, either a brewing channel or start doing brews again for Rogue Deck Builder. All right, this one is for David. We have the Goldenhide Ox, the Blinding Flare, the Storm Chaser Chimera, and Extinguish All Hopes, destroy all non-enchantment creatures. Good in the Daxos commander deck. And that's all she wrote in that pack. Still no God pack, still no gods, still no money cards. What's the best thing we've opened so far? Pretty lackluster. What's also in here? Mana Confluence, I think, is another money card out of the set. All right, this one's for Richard. We have the Riddle of Lightning, the Thought Renderer Lamia, whatever, Riptide Chimera, and the Worst Fears. There's our first mythics. You control target player during that next player's turn, then exile it. Kind of expensive for what it does for 8 mana, but decent commander card, I guess. In a black mana that can ramp up mana, which is most black decks, I guess, ish. Do some pretty crazy things if you take an opponent's control of their turn. All right, Casey. We have the Interpret the Signs, the Gnarled Scarhide, did see play in a mono black list back in the day. Pull from the Deep, the Battlefield Thaumaturge, one of my favorite cards out of the set. So each instant sorcery that targets it for each instant sorcery you cast costs 1 less to cast for each creature it targets. So it's supposed to reduce the strive. And then whenever you cast a spell that targets the Battlefield Thaumaturge, against hexproof. Unfortunately, there was enough ammo. This card gets better and better with the more pump spell type cards that get printed, though. Of course, there's some fun things to do with various commanders that deal with pumping a bunch of spells and go wide strategy, but that's really not what blue does. Like, I'm thinking of like Zada. If you can make like a Zada Battlefield Thaumaturge deck. But really fun card, though. I did enjoy it. I feel like this wanted to be like a 1/3 rather than a 2/1 as well, to give it some sort of defense that it didn't just die to like a magma spray in response. So, I mean, it does get hexproof, but that trigger still goes on the stack. So, fun card, though. These are absolutely, when you're looking for the definition of a Kevin card, this is definitely one. I like cards that you are forced to build around, and Battlefield Thaumaturge definitely was a build around card. I did try to make it work during its standard season with the card. All right, we have Brenton. We'll speed things up here. We have the Disciple of Deceit, Nightmarish End. That's a ton of those. Eidolon Rhetoric. That's one of the money uncommons. Each player can only can't cast more than 1 spell per turn. Great commander card. And Mana Confluence. When it rains, it pours. So we get the most expensive uncommon, and I believe the most expensive rare out of the pack. So Mana Confluence has one of those cards that is definitely going up in value day to day. Kind of a City of Brass type effect. So congratulations there, Brenton. You get the money card out of the set. So 1 Mana Confluence down. See if this box can continue to deliver. We have now a Brandon. To the Phalanx Formation, the Goldenhide Ox, another Eidolon of Rhetoric. See if another Mana Confluence. Aegis of the Gods. You have hexproof, so can't cast more spells and have hexproof, and it's the wrong island again. Womp womp. We're actually looking for the island. We were looking for the Pen Island. The best island, the only acceptable island to play in Magic the Gathering. All right, so we got Jared next. All right, we need Athreos. That's the card that's worth the money out of this set. So, Disciple of Deceit, the Hour of Need, the Riptide Chimera, the Harness by Force, and a foil Solidarity of Heroes. That actually might be worth something. I'll have to check and see if this one is worth some moolah. All right. Foil Solidarity of Heroes. A lot of foils out of this box. All right, this one's on to Joseph. Seder Hoplite, fun card in Pauper, and Pauper, basically called Mono Red Heroes with Pauper. I'll have to show you the deck tech of that sometime. We have the Triton Cavalry, the Daring... Oh, wow, I missed some uncommons. Really went through here. The Colossal Heroics. There we go. The Spiteful Blow, the Triton Cavalry, and the Daring Thief. Another one of my favorite cards out of the set that can steal other people's permanents by giving a permanent you control to that person. So very fun card. In Commander, you steal their enchantments to do something and give them a worthless enchantment like a pacifism, and then steal their Grave Pact. Really fun to do that with this card. And a Foil Starfall. Yeah, the foils are everywhere, and that's why I kind of felt going to the uncommons it was off, and that was the reasoning. There was a foil in there. All right, this one is Yuri. If I can get it open. We have another Colossal Heroics, the Query Colossus, the Leonin Iconoclast, and the Temple of Milady. That's Malady, I know. The Temple of Milady. It's the black and green one. Good little card. Eventually, these temples will finally start outstretching the supply. They are popular in Commander. It's your go-to, comes into play tap land, because at least you get some sort of value off of them, rather than like the Gain Life one that's pretty irrelevant, or just the Guild Gates. All right, this one goes to Will.
By the way, Dictated Erebos is the most expensive.
Dictated Erebos is the most expensive. Yeah, you should see the spread, though. Mana Confluence is going crazy. There's like a CK Bidless of Mana Confluence that is like, I believe they're selling for like $18, and their buy list is like higher than TCG Mid at the moment. Oh, so I think Mana Confluence should be passing up. I know Dictate's pretty good, but Dictate is being held under control by a sealed product that's still available. But look up that Solidarity of Heroes foil. We got Zach back with us. All right. We have the Crystalline Nautilus, the Mogus Warhound, Banishing Light, which is a popular Commander card, and the Scourge of the Fleets. Again, another Scourge. So we have one of the couple duplicate rares out of this box. Of course, they can't be good duplicate rares. All right, Tim.
$2 is a foil.
Foil Solidarity of Heroes is only $2, huh? Because I swear that Solidarity of Heroes is a popular Commander card. Check out EDH Rec real quick and tell me how much it sees play. Tim. We have the Phalanx Formation, the Triton Cavalry, the Agent of Erebos, King Makar. This is a commander of mine. Go check out my deck tech for King Makar, one of my favorite commanders. This commander is very fun to play. And Wrong Island again. Are you kidding me? I just can't win today. I just cannot win with the islands. We got Patrick. All right, scan through. We have the Cura's Dismissal. I always think this card's going to be good in some sort of fashion, and I don't know. It's very under, like, the cost of returning a bunch of enchantments in your hand is pretty, I don't know. Maybe there's just a better way to get rid of multiples or return all enchantments back to your hand. But I think this is pretty powerful ETB effect enchantments. We have Reviving Melody, Gnarled Scarhide, and the Hero's Bane. I sell so many of these at the store. This is such a little casual favorite, the Hero's Bane. I believe it's still around bulk, but man, the casuals eat this card up.
It was reprinted in Iconic.
Yeah, as an uncommon. Yeah, that's right. We still sell a ton of those.
Solidarity of Heroes is in 3,500 decks.
3,500 decks for Solidarity of Heroes, yeah. Probably Atraxa #1. Go down and see which one it's in. Atraxa, yep. It looks like Atraxa does play it the most, followed by the Skullbriar. Skullbriar's a fun commander too. All right, Brian. The Desperate Stand, the Fellhide Petrifier, the Leonin Iconoclast, and another Temple of Epiphany. So there's our second duplicate rare, and that makes 3 Skyrans out of this box. And a Ravenous, not even going to try it, Lurkrocrota as a foil. Tons of foils in this box. This has been the foil box. Unfortunately, they've been pretty garbage foils. Well, there have been a couple good ones, but... All right, this one's for Sloppy Steven, not to be confused with the other Steven we have as a patron. They all both share the same first letter in their last name, too. Market Festival, good card. All right, so we have the Riddle of Lightning, the Brain Maggot, and Iroas. So I missed there's the Crystalline Nautilus. Iroas, so we finally do get our first god. Pretty decent one. This one was reprinting the Commander deck, though, I thought. It was the only god that was so far. Yeah, Iroas. There we go, the first god down. So this box has yielded a whopping 1 god. So we're looking for, it's Atheros and Xenagos that are worth money. They are the good ones. All right, this one's for Greg. Kruvix Insight, I'll have to show you a Pauper deck that plays around this card. It's a Pauper Pestilence deck. Plays around Kruvix of Insight, though. Very, very fun deck. Well, fun for you, not fun for your opponent. Another Pauper card with Flurry of the Horns. A lot of good Pauper cards in this set. All right, so we have the Consigned to Dust, the Chariot of Victory, the Banishing Light, the Revel of the Fallen Gods, and it's a swamp. Not an island. Not an island. Why did I even open this box if it's not going to give me my islands that I want? Lame. Okay, this one goes to Coach. Coach is going to get me an island. I'm running out of islands. This particular island artwork is in every one of my decks, every one of our Pauper Battle Box, and I'm running low on them. Okay, so we have the Sightless Brawler, the Ritual of the Returned, Thassa's Ire, Silence the Believers, and a Plains.
By the way, Eidolon of the Rhetoric is $12 foil.
Eidolon, we haven't opened up a foil Eidolon Redder, just 2 normal ones. 2 normal Eidolons.
That hardly comes with that.
Earl! Earl gets a Spite of Mogus, the Underworld Coinsmith, decent little card to also throw in a Daxos deck, Cyclops of the Eternal Fury, and womp 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 womp, the money card. We got the Dictate of Erebos, keeps going up. And yep, and
oh, I really want to know why that's your favorite.
It's my favorite artwork in the entire history of Magic. The only art that matters in Magic. It is the Pen Island, the only island. If your opponent is playing any island but this island, they are disqualified. Anyone that even tries to sleeve up a regular island that is not this artwork is disqualified. Because this is the only island, the most powerful island, the Pen Island. It's mine. I'm not sending it to you. Okay, here we go to the next one. We go to the one of our Alec. The other one I have Alexander, I believe, so not to confuse the two. All right, so we go to the Forgeborn Oreads, the Nyx Weaver, Launch the Fleet. Oh, I missed one. The Thoughtrender Lamia. And Launch the Fleet. This is a good card in like a White Weenies deck back in the day. I've tried it in Modern. It's actually okay. I've played it in a tokens deck. This is actually pretty solid. You get a lot of times like 4 or 5 tokens, and it's swinging for lethal with like the... you can run the Leyline of the Meek. You can run Intangible Virtue. Works really good in this deck. I think it's an underrated card for sure. And a Swamp. This one goes to Alec. Next up is Sean. So hit both Mana Confluence, 1 God, and Dictate of Erebos. So pretty good. Again, there's just a big swing between cards that are worth money and cards that aren't in this set. There isn't like a big spread or a nice curve of money cards here. The Disciple of Deceit, Strength of the Fallen, Eidolon of Rhetoric, that's the 3rd one, I believe, and the 3rd Temple of Malady in the box, as well as another foil Akroan Linebreaker. That is an insane amount of foils. Insane amount. And so triple of the same. So Temple of maybe there was only 2 and 2. I don't know. I think that was the 3rd one though. I'll have to look back and see if it was of the Temple and then 2 the other one. But there is only the 3 types in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember if there's 3 3 5 or 3 3. I can't remember. 3 through 4. However many makes a 10 should be the amount.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on to the Sky Spear Cavalry. This is for Spencer. Spire Spine, Godsend. There's another mythic. This card's actually been going up. It's a casual favorite. God's End. Equip creature gets +3/+3, and when it blocks or becomes blocked by one or more creatures, you may exile one of those creatures. Opponents can't cast cards with the name as the exiled with Godsend. So if you get a commander exiled, they can't cast it, I believe. I think it just permanently locks it out forever. Yeah. I don't know how it works in Commander. Alrighty, let's go on to this one. Goes to the Alexanders, a new patron. So let's try to crack you. I'm pretty good at cracking good packs for new patrons. Let's see. See if I am. Here we go. Interpret the signs. Goldforge Sentinel. Oh. A jaunty Mentor of Heroes. I actually do believe this one holds value.
Yes,
a jaunty Mentor of Heroes. I told you I'm lucky at pulling new cards for new patrons. And is there a foil? There is not, and it's the wrong type of island.
$13.
$13 for that a Johnny Mentor of Heroes. Pretty cool card. We sell so many. This is one of the most casual favorite cards that we sell as well. Everyone reads this ability and they think it's the craziest thing that you gain 100 life. And then you can identify a Timmy right off the bat. So I guess you could doubling season before a Johnny and then gain 100 life right off the bat while killing your Johnny. Cool. And then, Zach, think of this. Look at this curve. You start with the Aether Flux Reservoir, isn't that what it's called? And then you doubling season, and then you Johnny Mentor of Heroes, and then you just kill. Oh, I'm a Timmy at heart. I am such a Timmy. I'm going to get that Timmy scenario to happen. See, all this can all go in a Trostani deck. Look at that.
Yep.
All right, let's go on to Travis G. The G-Man. All right. Another Satyr Hoplite. And we have the Linebreaker. The Dictate of Krubos. Wow, I skipped through two uncommons. The Tethnos High Priest. The Cerberus and a Dictate of Krufux. This card would be worth money if they wouldn't reprint it in everything. I think they did like a promo of this and have also put this in a supplemental product. So that's why it's stubbornly holding its near bulk price. But it sees a lot of play in Commander. This one actually sees a surprising amount of play in Commander. However, yeah, just the too many printings. Supply and demand. When they increase the supply, of course, the demand does not get met as quickly. We got Cody. We have the Rollick of the Abandoned, Nyx Weaver, Nyx Fleece Ram, lots of Nyxes, and the Eidolon of Blossoms. Look at that enchantment pack. Woo, playing Abzan enchantments in this draft. All of them are pretty decent. Eidolon of Blossoms. Same thing. This card had a couple of printings, had a promo printing. It had a promo printing and a supplemental printing, I believe. But anyway, pretty good card. Whenever you cast enchantment, including this, you draw a card. Not a bad rare. These type of cards I like too, because then you just know the more and more sets that come out, the more. I believe it's just printing this last Commander though is a problem. The more the card will see play, just with the more good enchantments out there. All right, this one goes to Anthony. The Grim Guardian. Let's go to the Nessian Game Warden, the Nyx Fleece Ram, the Strength of the Fallen, and the Ferris Band War Chief. This is okay. It's a Lord for Centaurs, but 4 mana Lord. Womp, womp, womp. Does give them Vigilance and Trample, though. +1/+1 Vigilance and Trample. Feels like you needed something else. You needed to be like a 4/4 to put on top of it. Instead of other Centaurs, just, yeah, made it 4/4 than other Centaurs. And then it'd be actually worthwhile. Not a lot of tribal Centaurs. Usually get like a Centaur every now and again. It is printed. This one's to Andrew. Nearing the end of this box, we have the Sigiled Skink. Yeah, Johnny's Presence. Oh yeah, we're going to uncommons here. All right, we have the Whitewater, whatever. A Crone Linebreaker, the Storm Chaser Chimera, and the Sage of Hours. This is one of the sleepers, I think, out of the set. This actually sees a decent amount of Commander play, and there's so many ways to just break this and go infinite. I'm surprised this doesn't see way more, much more play in Commander than it does. Sage of Hours, awesome card. I've spec'd into a bunch of these. Look how dark these foils are. So dark out of this pack. These are some dark foils. And we have the best island again. Who cares? We got 2 out of these boxes. What a successful box. It's had 2 islands.
Did you need to tell us something, Kevin?
Am I trying to tell you something? I like my pens. I like my islands. Put them together, and I like them even more. All right, so we have the James, the one and only James. See if we can open James a good pack. The Sightless Brawler, Draka Mystic, Deserter's Quarters, Polymorphous Rush. It's okay. You can choose any number of creatures, and if they become a copy of that creature that you choose, it's a pretty good way to go lethal. A little bit overcosted, in my opinion, for this ability. It's what it is, and it's the wrong island. Polymorphous Rush. Alrighty. On to Psy. Ugh. Failed to open that pack. Look at, we got the Mogus Warhound, the Armory of Iroas, the Fellhide Petrifier, and the Hydra Broodmaster, another card I sell a ton of to casuals. Just some of the Hydras and casuals. So it becomes monstrous, and then when it dies, you put X green Hydra creature tokens on the battlefield. Alright, and a gold token to go in the King Makar deck. Jeff. Almost done with this box, and we'll get the other box. And I can be the longest box opener on YouTube, because I am rambly. Alright, Jeff, we go on to the Nessian Game Warden, the Golden Forge Sentinel, the Citizen's Tactics, and the Mystic. Citizen's Tactics was just a blowout limited as well by giving a number of things +1 +1 and fight. Really good blowout card limited. And oh, we have a foil Dictate of Heliod.
Ooh.
I think this has had a couple commander printings is the problem though, but foil should still hold its value. I like the foil. Look how the stars shine on that. It's pretty cool.
That is pretty.
Not bad, not bad, not bad. This one goes to Jeff. Here, we'll streamline this. All right, this one is to Matt. We have the Desperate Stand, the Squelching Leeches, Swarmborn Giant, foil into a regular. Dictate of Heliod.
There you go. There's worth more than your rare. Just kidding. Full quarter.
Alrighty, so on to the second box. The first one will be Jose. And look, it's a sealed box. No God pack so far.
These aren't worthless, Kevin.
They're not worthless?
No. See, when you make your miniatures, you stack them up.
Oh, cool.
So
you get all the
all real cards. And they're pre-cut for you.
Okay. Is that worthless? No, it's not worthless.
Wow, what's wrong with that? You can do all kinds of stuff.
Jose. We have, ooh, I'm skipping way far. We have the Fleet Feather Cockatrice, Spider-Mogus, the Crone Linebreaker, another Eidolon of Blossoms, and a foil Tormented Thoughts. I'm not joking. The camera's not picking this up, but these are dark foils. These are super dark foils that are coming out of here. Here we go. On to Travis H. Come on. Colossal Heroics, Quarry Colossus, Banishing Light, Dictate of Karametra, good one, that sees a lot of play in Commander, and a Fawn of the Returned Foils. This one might hold some value. Dark is, these are dark foils. Fondra Returns, one of my favorite cards in Pauper. I'll have to show you my Pauper black-white enchantment deck that utilizes it. Okay, it's also a very good commander card, by the way. Carl. Not worth anything?
No, not really.
Huh.
Most expensive common foil is 45 cents.
Most expensive common foil is 45 cents. No, I see one right there. Magmastery 68.
Oh,
you got to go up a little bit up. But yeah, not really worth anything in this one. What about...
I lied.
Yeah, there's got to be that enchantment that puts Market Festival. How much is Market Festival worth? That one's got to be worth more. We have the Thought Render Lamia, the Reprisal, a Crone Linebreaker. How many this is? We've had this card like crazy. And there we go. We found it. We found the money card, the Athreos God of Passage. Not foil, but it's still an Athreos. Athreos God of Passage.
Favorite card from that set.
I still think it's so overrated, so underpowered.
It was
but
amazing
people
in
love
Black
them.
White Humans.
Well, it's going up now because of Teysa. Taste of Commander decks. All right, so we have May. We have the Whitewater. I'm not going to try to say it again. The Basara Tower Archer, Storm Chaser Chimera, Aegis of the God, and unfortunately no foil. Evan. The Disciple of Deceit, Hour of Need, Brain Maggot, and another one of the Ferris Band War Chiefs. Dun 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 dun! This box already off to a good start. We already have one island right off the bat. One of the good islands right off the bat, Evan. Lucky. Kevin W. is up next. The Thoughtlander Lamia, the Riptide Chimera, Sire Spine, which had a bug on MT Joe that broke it, and they banned a bunch of people that were playing it broken, even though it was their fault. It was broken, the bug. Temple of Epiphany, and a Plane. So lots of Temples of Epiphany, which I believe is one that actually does hold some value.
There is 2 in this set, 3 in Born of the Gods, and 5 in...
2, 3, 5. Oh, that's why we've been getting the same ones. And yeah, so these ones are... I think these ones are the ones that are sought after too. I don't know which ones he's... maybe it's the red-black one that he's playing ad nauseum. All right, so we have Steven, not the sloppy variety of Steven. The regular, the clean, the tidy Steven. We have the Crystalline Nautilus, the Riddle of Lightning, Blinding Flare, and the Prophetic Flame Speaker. I tried to get this card to work so many times in Standard. Still a decent little commander card because there's usually something open to hit, and it's basically card draw. So, pretty good card with the Prophetic Flame Speaker. Double Strike Trample, whenever it deals combat damage to player, you exile top of the card of your library and you can play it this turn. Wish they'd give you an extra turn like the card that came out of Light of the Stage.
Oh.
Donald. Alright, so we have Golden Hide Ox, Triton Cavalry, Hall of Triumph. We missed one because there's a foil. I'm getting good at filtering through the cards, but then there's a foil. The Hall of Triumph. This one used to sell tons of. It had a promo though. Choose a color. Creatures of the chosen color get +1/+1. So an Anthem type effect. And there is Donald. This one goes to Chris. So we found one Atheros, one Iroas, and so Xenagos is the other god in this set, and Phenox, right?
Yes.
And is there and Karametra?
Yes, there was 5 gods per set.
Yeah. So we have the Chariot of Victory, the Agent of Erebos, and Mana Confluence, and Consignment of Dust. So there's a second Mana Confluence. Good Mana Confluence. Again, a lot of these older type sets are about ready to pop if they haven't seen a reprint on their card. Even though these had lots of supply in a very aggressive Standard season where booster packs were open, like there was value in these sets for a while. It just shows the strength of Magic that cards like this can go up. This is Miker. Gold Force Sentinel. Give me the card, bottom 2. Reprisal and Tormented Thoughts. They didn't want those anyway. Sage of the Hours. Ooh. Woo! Card probably was worth a lot of money before Iconic Masters or Masters 25, whatever one it was in. Masters 25.
Still $16.
$16 for the foil Eidolon of the Great Revel. Let's get some shininess there. Heavily played card in Modern. This is one of the cards that I do expect to be going up. I think that the supply from Iconic Masters 25 is starting to run low, and then all the cards that were put in those sets now can start going up in value. So this is a goodie. Very good pull. This has been a really good box so far with the Mana Confluence, the Temple of Epiphany, and the Eidolon. So again, Journey Into Nyx used to be such a joke of a set, but it's worth more than Dominaria now, is the thing. Yeah, you don't have the Teferi, but you have an $80 foil with Athreos. You have the 28 regular Athreos and a Johnny at 13. I mean, it's decent there if you compare it to, and there's a bunch around that $10, $7, $8 mark. And, these have a lot easier chance of going up than cards that a Dominaria will for a long time. All right, so we have Jordan. Jordan gets a Tethmos, High Priest, Interpret the Signs, Gnarled Scarhide, and there it is, Freaka. Unfortunately, this is one of my favorite gods. Unfortunately, no one has really liked it. I think it's actually pretty decent commander with exiling, giving other opponents 1/1 blockers if another opponent tries to attack them. Pretty cool card. You can actually do this to as any sort of negative ability. I've paired it with cards when your opponent gets a creature, it does something bad. I don't know. I liked Freaka a lot. Unfortunately, I think it's one of the least expensive, if not the least expensive god. Eating people's graveyard in Commander is underrated. Corley. We have the Basara. I think I went too far. Nope. We have the Basara Tower Archer, the Thassa's Ire, Gnarled Scarhide, and another Iroas. So double gods in a row. A double, not a god pack, but 2 packs in a row having a god. Not too bad. Yeah, this box actually not so far. Very good box. All right, Frank. Frank gets a Squelching Leeches, Nyx Fleece Ram, Triton Cavalry, and another Eidolon of the Great Revel. Nice. Another good, solid card. And the wrong island. So I'm going to chat. So this one had a foil Eidolon, a regular Eidolon. Let's see a foil Mana Confluence here. Foil Mana Confluence. Here we go.
No foiled rare yet?
Yeah, we had the foil Eidolon.
Yeah.
But a lot of them have been shifted because we got a lot of foils in the last box. Desperate Stand, Pull from the Deep, Nyx Weaver, and Daring Thief. Fun card, but unfortunately, Chad, you should use that in Commander, though. Fun card. Austin. We have the Colossal Heroics, Spiteful Blow, Reviving Melody, King Makar, one of my favorite commanders, and a foil Riddle of Lightning. This one's for Nick. Let's go with the Mogus Warhound, Spite of Mogus, lots of Mogus in this pack, Nyx Fleece Ram, Hero's Bane, and that's all she wrote. You'll love it when your rares get downshifted to an uncommon in a master set. Or a common. That's happened. Alright, so the Game Warden, Curious Dismissal, Strength of the Fallen, and Twin Flame. Again, it's a pretty good card. Pretty good card. John, Upside Down John. Mogus Warhound, Army of Iroas, the Eidolon of Rhetoric, and Dictate a Crewfix. The wrong island again.
It's close, though. There's a lot of things sticking out.
There's a lot of things sticking out, but not the right sticking out.
Definitely not Little Mermaid style.
Alright, we have Phalanx Formation, Nightmare's End, Gold Force Sentinel, Harnessed by Force, and a foil crappy card. And the wrong island again. Get it out of my face. I don't like that island in my face. Kevin L., who still needs to go fishing with us. Or Riot. Alright, so we have Tethmos High Priest, Wildvow Cerberus, Swarmborn Giant, and the Dawnbreaker Charioteers. Great limited card. Pretty much worthless. Last but not all, the pack cracking of the Fevers Ephrin. See if we can pull a god pack. No god packs. Womp, womp, womp. We have the Draga Mystic, the Knowledge and Power, Master of Feasts, and Silas Brawler. There you have it. That is our March
Madness.
March Madness. we should have done a Shadows of Innistrad or Eldritch Moon. Eldritch Moon's hard to find, but Shadows of Innistrad we can still get boxes. If you're interested in becoming a patron, having a pack cracked in your honor, sometimes we do master sets, so I'm sure we'll be doing some Modern Horizons for the patrons when it comes out. this one was just basically just the discussion about Journey. See if there is God packs. I thought I'd try it out, see if we could pull one. Unfortunately, there was not a God pack. I don't think they exist. Could be proven wrong if you've opened one recently, but the only God packs I saw were out of the first wave. It was like the pre-releases and like the first month afterwards we saw some God packs run through, but after that didn't see any. So if you're interested again, go check out the Patreon or the Subscribe Star, or just email me directly, message me directly, and we can get you signed up for the pack a month, the crack pack attitude. No, I cracked all the packs this time, Zach. Guess Zach's getting over his addiction, and we'll crack one and send it to you. And of course, there are a plethora of other options for our Patreon tier. Like I said, if you're in there for anything above the $10 mark, you easily get your money back with one purchase on there. So go check it out. This has been Kevin
And Zach
with Rogue Deck Builder. Thanks for watching.